So, fitness tip of the day. Somebody yesterday said as they were eating a fried piece of chicken that they shouldn't eat fried chicken, and that should be the fitness tip of the day. So here it is. You should not eat fried foods. It's okay to eat it every now and then, but really try to avoid it, especially if you're on a fitness journey. What happens to foods when they're fried? First of all, when you cook food, generally you lose a lot of nutrients. So if it's vegetables, you'll lose a lot of the nutrients. Same with fruits. Now meat, if you are a meat eater, obviously you can't eat it raw. I mean, some people could, but you shouldn't. But what happens when you fry foods, it's such a high temperature of cooking that the molecules of the food change. So a lot of times studies show that you can actually accelerate the rate that your cells in your body will grow and form negative cells. So you can get cancers. It's horrible for your arteries because it's absorbing all the oil. And the other thing, what happens if you heat up oils, so oils go up to certain temperatures and they stay at that certain temperature, especially when you're deep frying. So the molecular composition of the oil starts to change itself. So the longer you have that food in that oil, and sometimes you'll see it like you overcook something and it gets darker and darker and darker, and the chemical properties have completely changed. So it gets to a level where it's a little more dangerous, and you're accelerating the risk at which you can get cancers and illnesses. So try to avoid it. You don't want that extra fat, that extra caloric intake. That it's a lot more. It almost doubles when you're frying foods. And if you're going out for sushi or anything like that, stay away from the fried. Okay, a lot of people want their tempura shrimp or their tempura vegetables because they're like, oh, I'm still getting my veggies in, but it's not good. It's terrible for you. Avoid it at all costs. It's just damaging to the body, and it's if you're working out so hard, why would you put this in your body to work out harder? I don't want to work out harder, do you? So no, I stay away from it. I try not to touch it. If I do, it's very little things. But yeah, don't ever think just because you're eating veggies fried that it's okay, because it's still deep fried. Also, when you're at restaurants, so usually it's fast food restaurants, what they do, they don't change the oil very often. Let me tell you, I've worked in places where you don't change the oil often. You clean up the surface, but you keep that oil in there because it costs the restaurant a lot of money to keep the oil, or to keep changing the oil. So they keep it in there, and then they're constantly bringing it up in temperature, bringing it back down at the end of the night, turn off the burners, right? So that's terrible for you. You're like eating all kinds of things and putting all that into your body. It's clogging your arteries. Your cholesterol is going to go up. So don't do it. Stay away from it. Fried food, bad. Don't do it. Okay, bye.